If you're watching this video on the date it was uploaded, then today is December 6th, which is the 10th anniversary of Screw Attack's Death Battle series. Today, me and my friend Heggeez10 have decided to recap a short list of our favourite episodes of the series over its 10-year course, as well as 10 episodes we'd like to see on the series in the future. So if you're a fan of Screw Attack or Death Battle, a fan of the versus genre, or someone who enjoys the who would win concept, then we present to you a list of our favourite Death Battle episodes and a list of episodes we would like to see on the series in its future. At number 1 on my list we have Yoshi vs Reptar. Not only would now be a good time to mention that this list isn't in a particular order, and that also I meant to say Raptor instead of Reptar, but that Yoshi vs Reptar would be a pretty funny matchup. Anyway, back on the topic of Yoshi vs Reptar, I got asked this question a few years ago in a Q&A. Yermo.
Do you like Death Battle? If so, what are your favourite and least favourite episodes? I do like Death Battle. My favourite is Wolverine vs Raiden. My least favourite is Yoshi vs Reptar.
And as you can tell from that painfully squeaky voice, that video was made in 2015. And in all honesty, I picked a random episode for my favourite and a random for my least favourite because I wasn't a big fan of the series at the time. However, after actually watching the episode thoroughly, I did enjoy it, especially the animation section. And I would refer to it as one of my favourite episodes in the older series of Death Battle, along with Starscream vs Rainbow Dash. On Halloween in 2015, shortly after I made the announcement that Wolverine vs Raiden was my favourite Death Battle episode, me and my friend Connor binge watched a bunch of Death Battle episodes, with this being one of my favourites out of the ones we watched. I don't know, it just reminds me of 2015 in a way. My main enjoyment of the episode didn't come from the animation or from the host of the episode. My main enjoyment came from the funny matchup, and I would personally say it is my favourite old Death Battle episode. Prince Zuko vs Shoto Todoroki. Whilst I'm more of a fan of Avatar than My Hero Academia, I do really enjoy this character matchup. The two characters are fairly similar but both vastly unique from each other at the same time. I really enjoyed the animation section of this episode along with the analysis, although I do think Todoroki's sprites look a bit off. But yeah, it was a great episode, it had an excellent death scene, and I'm really glad that Zuko's voice actor was allowed to play him on the show and was allowed to be credited for the role. So yeah, I would say this is not only one of my favourite episodes in this season of Death Battle, but one of my favourite episodes of the series as a whole.
Look at that new car!
Amy Rose vs Ramona Flowers. Not only did this episode introduce me to the Scott Pilgrim series, but it was the first Death Battle episode that I watched and was just in awe. The animation on this episode is excellent, I really enjoy it, and I like the short story that goes on in the episode as well. The fight sequence is great, the two hosts are great, the way that both characters use their abilities are excellent. So yeah, an excellent, really enjoyable episode, definitely up there for my favourite episode, with the only competition being Zuko vs Todoroki.
What'd you say about Minecraft?
Hey guys, Heggeez here. One of my favourite episodes of the show is Prince Zuko vs Shoto Todoroki, for similar reasons to John's. Other than that, my favourite episode is All Might vs Might Guy. I'm a fan of both Naruto and My Hero Academia, so battle between the two series is something I enjoy. The animation of the show is really good and the hosts are funny. I'm gonna go play some Dead by Daylight. Back to you, John.
So there you have it, 5 episodes of Death Battle that we really enjoyed and would call our favourite episodes. And now as promised, we're going to go over 5 Death Battle matchups that we would like to see on the show at some point in its future. At number 1 we have Stitch vs Pikachu. This part of the video is also in no particular order. I was planning on animating Stitch vs Pikachu myself, but I decided to scrap the idea. When I was planning on creating it, I was sure the Pikachu would win, but apparently Stitch can lift exactly 300 times his 120 pound body weight, which is like 163 tons and not a pound more. So if that's true, then Stitch fairly easily beats Pikachu. Both characters are seemingly very cute, but they're both very strong, with Stitch being stronger than Pikachu as explained, even Ash's Pikachu, meaning that I believe Stitch would likely win. Also, if I said that Stitch lost, then my girlfriend wouldn't be very happy.
This edible ain't shit.
Shrek vs Sledge, both tanky Scottish demolishers, with Shrek's demolishing being more unintentional, with Sledge's being with a sledgehammer and very intentional. Overall, Shrek would win this battle due to him being a lot stronger than Sledge, and Sledge working better as a team member than a solo operator, but I think it would be an entertaining fight, especially if both characters spoke in strong Scottish accents and nobody outside Scotland understood a word they were saying. Sans. It's strange to me that Undertale was released in 2015 and none of its characters have even appeared on this show so far. If it were up to me, I would choose Kara to be on Death Battle due to her being a more interesting character, but if an Undertale character is chosen, it'll likely be Sans. Sans has many great matchups, or so I'm told, such as Maltruant from Ben 10 or the Judge from Off, or OFF? I think it's Off. Either of these characters would be a great opponent for him on Death Battle, apparently, and who am I to argue? I'm not going to. Negan from The Walking Dead versus Michael Myers. These two characters are very similar personality wise, despite Negan's strange moral standards, and I think they're similar enough to make an interesting matchup. Negan's humour is very similar to that of Boomstick, one of Death Battle's hosts, and I think it would be pretty funny for him to point that out during the research. And surprisingly, Negan is a lot stronger, faster and durable than Mike Myers, meaning that he would likely win. Me and Heggeez10 both debated this matchup for a while before adding it to this list, but we both agree it would make an entertaining episode and Negan would win. And as for the fifth matchup, I don't know, probably just Bastiodon or something. And that concludes the video. If you enjoyed, then please make sure to check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this in the future. At the same time, if you're a fan of my channel and for some reason haven't watched Death Battle, I seriously recommend checking out their channel and showing some support to them by subscribing to them also. Additionally, if you enjoyed Heggeez10's guest narration, then please consider subscribing to their channel or at least checking them out. So yeah, happy 10th birthday to Death Battle, excellent series, well fantastic series, that's an understatement, and that's about everything.